Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, yes, yes. It's Monday. It is definitely a Monday. So, welcome. If someone shared this live with you, they really do care about you, sis, because this is a safe space for women that want to get and stay married, and women that want to attract the love they desire and deserve, and women that are just like, they want better for themselves and for their families, for their husbands. This is where wives do the work. Oh, I like that. This is a space where wives do the work. I know men are supposed to do the work, but they got their own space over there. This is for us. And my name is Montina. This is not a made up name. And I have to tell, I'm going to tell you about that. So I'm here because I am in a third marriage, and 50% of first marriages end in divorce. 67% of second marriages end in divorce, and 73% of third marriages end in divorce. And less than 5% of people marry a third time. Basically, marriage is headed for divorce if you do not have a clear path of action, unless you are not willing to do some sort of work, unless you are not educating yourself, unless you are not basically going to like a wives school. I really wish there was a wives school. And no, I can't create it. That's not my lane. Because everyone says marriage is hard. I don't care who you talk to. Oh my God, marriage is so hard. And it's like, I have yet to meet a person that's like, outside of communicate, they're just like, marriage is hard, but yeah, I made it through, and we're 37 years in, or we're 100 bazillion years in. And it's just, I look at people nowadays, and it's just nothing wise. Even, I heard recently where, someone was like, well, wives, can you cook? Can you do this? Marriage isn't performative either. It's almost like it's a secret. And then if people do make it, then they go back and tell you, well, we made it 20 plus years, but he got two outside kids. And I'm just like, or the first 20 something years were terrible. And I'm like, I don't want that. Now, I do believe the grass can be greener on the other side. But what people don't tell you with that is, yeah, you can get out of first marriage, but whatever you dealt with in the first marriage, it could be better with the husband in the second marriage, but then the in-laws might be messy. Then the friends might be messy. Then it's not your husband cheating on you, it's his friends that are unhappy in their marriages that want your husband's time. So it's literally something all the time. It's something external all the time. You're dealing with kids, adult grandkids, adult stepkids, and not like his kids that are stepkids, his ex-wife or baby mama stepkids. It's some weird stuff, okay? So I'm just here to make it practical. I'm here to say, sis, I know you're going through some things. I'm the sis that's gonna say, you got a therapist? Or I'm the sis that's gonna say, have you worked on yourself? Are you the fittest you can be? Are you fine? Are you feminine? Are you soft? Are you contentious? Like, I want to make it that practical, because some of the challenges y'all have in your marriages, including mine in the past, is you just talk too much. You just too. And as wives, I just don't believe we should be contentious. Like, pray before you say. There are times when you do need to make sure that you're speaking up and advocating for yourself. No man should be walking all over you unless you choose to be, really, at all. But some of you are the masculine in your relationship. It started off that way and you don't even understand it. So I'm here to say, here's this book, here's this resource, go do this, go do that, instead of saying marriage is just hard. So I do believe we should be the finest wives we can be. Finest is an acronym: fit, feminine, friendly, fun, interesting, nice, exciting, energetic, sexy, sassy, trauma free. It's mine. Okay, if anyone has listened to Kevin Samuels on the internet, I did. Chew the meat, spit out the bones. If you're vegan or vegetarian, okay, chew the kale and spit out the stock. Do whatever you want, but at the end of the, or seeds when you chew the fruit. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and just tell you marriage is hard, because it's more than that. But there are things that we need to do. And for a lot of women, you have lost your confidence, you've lost your energy, you're not fun anymore because you're tired of some of the stuff he's dealt to you, or some of the stuff y'all have gone through or you put up with. But what I'm trying to tell you, sis, is at all times, you are important. Your self care has to be priority, especially for my young moms. Do not run around looking like a mom all the time, meaning you're not keeping yourself up. You're not putting on your makeup or your lipstick, or you're doing your hair, or just even putting on some cute clothes and maintaining who you are. Okay. And so even some people ask me, Excuse me, I had a tickle in my throat. Some people they ask me, "Oh, what makeup do you have on?" I don't really wear makeup in the summer because you're sweating and I don't want it to come off. But I do wear lipstick. I love lipstick. Okay, I'm a lipstick girl. Okay, so again, that's me, and I wanted to bring that up. So I always like to lead with I have a little agenda here. So I do this Monday through Friday call. We're like 60 something calls in. So I guess we're gonna be doing this call for a while, y'all, I guess. But I talk about power. Power does come from the word. Okay, I get it. But it just doesn't come from just reading your Bible. I don't know about y'all, but the Bible to me is a book. Okay, I'm not super, over here hyper religious with you all because I have everybody of all walks that I respect, that I honor, that I want engaged. Because at the end of the day, we still dealing with stuff with our husbands, whether you Muslim or Hindi or Buddhist or whatever. Christian, you're gonna be dealing with some stuff with your husbands because they're men. Men, oh, pause. So we know power comes from the word, but power comes from resources and books. Some of the books that I'm actually listening to or reading, I try to do 10 minutes a day or 10 pages a day. I'm listening to something. But many of us know Gary Chapman with the four love languages, but he has a book. He has a lot of books now that I'm seeing, and I'm like, wow, he has a whole bunch of books. Four Seasons of Marriage. There's another book, Four Things Women Want from a Man, The Marriage You've Always Wanted. I Will by Jimmy and Karen Evans. What Men Really Want, The Power of Fun. There's a lot of books. It's Not You, especially if you all are dealing with a narcissistic personality disorder and there's narcissistic personality traits. The disorder is there's no cure for the disorder, but others have the traits. You need to understand magic words if you're dealing with a narcissist, how to get what you want from a narcissist. There are all kind of books. My single women, if you're here, marry him. The Case of Settling for Mr. Good Enough. So there are plenty of resources. So I really want you all to understand that there are resources. Be the prize. Okay. This is one of my I like this book. She's a YouTuber and she has a book called Be the Prize. There's a quote in this book. Let me see if I can bring it up real quick in my saved like notes that I've saved. Some of the things she says in this book, men are the prize. I really think her book is so cute. She's been married like 15 years. I think they got married real young in their 20s. And she says you should be able to be soft, nurturing, and happy while being treated exceptionally well by a man who loves you. I was looking for my glasses, y'all. You are a reflection of his love, and you should expect to live a life that reflects that love. It's time to break the cycle and move into a new phase full of peace, love, and happiness. Remember, this goes back to Gary Chapman's The Eternal Summer. If you believe that you are worthy of the life you desire, you will achieve it in some form. Marriage requires a lot of emotional intelligence and heart work. It requires a lot of heart work. Okay? Hard work is understanding the dynamic between men and women, how you will be able to intertwine. There is nothing wrong with desiring to be loved or married. It's biological. Don't allow the world or modern women or feminism to say otherwise, to persuade you to believe you must always be independent and strong. I was at an event. They said, all the strong women stand up. I sat down. I didn't move. The minute my table, Montina, you're not standing up. I said, I don't want to be strong. I want to be smart. We have to learn how to reject things in society. You can exude confidence and strength while embracing your femininity. Marriage offers the security, safety, and reassurance that's needed to reset in our femininity. And everything that feels good may not be suitable for you in the long term. So, a lot of things. There are plenty of men in the world. Marriage also brings a social honor that feminine women need to feel comfortable. These are things you don't hear in everyday language unless you're around other women that hold these core beliefs. So the women here, we believe these things. The other thing is to pray before we say. We have to meditate and listen. Listen, pay attention to your husband. Ask God to speak to your mind that you see him in a new light. Some of you need to ask for your marriage to be reset, to recharged, to reflect. Okay, there's some damage that has been done. Trust me, I understand. I don't share everything publicly. I can't. I have to share some things privately. Excuse me, when we get to Cancun, got a little tickle in my throat. Again, let me see. But everything can't be shared on this internet. I don't have Facebook. I don't have Instagram. I've had them and I'm running for public office, so I know I have to get back on them, but I'll probably hire someone to manage it. I just have LinkedIn. I don't like social media anymore. I don't really want to wish everybody happy birthday and celebrate your anniversaries. I just don't want to. I don't want to. Okay. And I don't want to overshare my life. I actually shared a video one time and my husband caught wind of it. Somebody stalking me and hating on me, somebody, and I don't know who it is. But he was mad about some things I said, and they were honest things, they were factual things, but he didn't like it. And I took the video down. Okay. He just was like, I didn't like that you said this. I said some truthful things, but and I saw nothing wrong with it. But the fact that he did was enough. Okay, that's me listening. Other part of this is making it, as I always say, our understanding our purpose in our marriage and practical. I'm gonna bring it back to the practical side here today. And really, I wanted to talk about, are you in an arrested state of development? I was at church, so just kind of for historical purposes, most of my life I've been in predominantly white churches, white pastors, diverse element, but predominantly white, okay? Thoughts, thinking. So the way that I view things tend to be a little bit different from a biblical perspective. Most of the time in a predominantly white church, they talk a lot about God's love and his faithfulness and trusting him. Very seldom are they asking for money. I've gone to the largest church, Andy Stanley, North Point. I've seen them raise millions of dollars and only ask members of the congregation for like $35 per person to raise money. It's called a get rich campaign. So I'm not making this stuff up. I was under Pastor Michael T. Smith when he was in Jacksonville with the Church of Jacksonville, all financial foundational principles. He's part of the Creflo Dollar, Kenneth Copeland type of, if you want to call it, what do they call those, biblical prosperity. So I really had a really, really strong foundation when it comes to money. Okay. So that's not an area where the enemy attacks me. But what I've noticed and what I want to talk about today is I find that when I'm sitting in church now, where I go, it's predominantly black, but I go because I need it. Okay, I had stuff going on in my life, and I said, let me just make sure I'm just recharging every Sunday because I know what I need when I go in there for fellowship and faith and all of that. But there are assignments in our lives. Your assignment may be your husband. But if you're married, you are assigned. You have assigned yourself because you said yes. You said yes to the dress and to the ring and all of that stuff. But have you identified your assignment within your marriage? And this made me think about some of the things that they were talking about with compassion and compelling and convince. Have you identified, like for me, I've identified my assignment in my marriage. Most people that know my husband say, you're so patient. I am extremely patient. My marriage has taught me to be emotionally mature, pray before I say, very patient and very mindful. Okay. Also, yeah, I concentrate a lot on my physical. And that's why I said I wanted to bring up kind of the name thing because I did something this weekend. I went to a sultry, it's called Sexify Dance, and there were some, well, I don't know if they were strippers, but they just definitely looked like they were moving like strippers. They were amazing. I was mesmerized, like, oh my God, now I know why men go to the strip clubs. The way they was moving, and then I learned this little dance, be kind of sensual and sexy and sultry for my husband. And I bring that up because, again, what are you waiting for to actually be taught outside of when I say marriage isn't performative? And each of us had names. And they say, oh, my name here, and then my real name is, that's why in the beginning I said my real name is Montina. So I have me a name, and I'm not going to share it with y'all. It's for my husband only. But it made me think of that with you all. What are the things that you desire to do to have more of that bring more fulfillment in your relationship? And when I say the arrested state of development, why are we always living in a state of God is about to bless you? I'm looking at my notes here. He's going to. No, sis, he will. Like he was telling us, tell people, God gonna bless you. I said, I'm already blessed. I'm already favored. So are you. We have to start living in this, like, it just gets better from here. You're gonna go through some things and be in the valley, but it just gets better from here. Your best is not in the past. Your best is ahead of you. I mean, how sad is it to live in a life and just think like the rest of your days are just doomed? Y'all ain't in no prison. You might be. Well, I don't know if y'all can watch me on live from a prison, but my father was in prison. My husband was listening to something about some prison, ex-prisoner talking about how he used to fight in prison. I was like, that's such a depressing life. We're not in prison, but why are you always waiting? So when I'm taking my notes at church, I think of things and I circle them to talk about them here. But you can't live that way and be like always living in a state of hope. I hope tomorrow will be better. I hope my marriage will be better. No, that's why I talk about getting in the work. and doing the work and reading the books. Get delivered from the opinions of other people, no matter what happened in your marriage, no matter what happened in the past, no matter what you may have overshared, no matter what you may have said. You can always reset if you're still in it, if you choose to. You do not need to be in this arrested state of development where I'm just going to wait it out. And that's what I'm going to leave you with. I really hope that you take hold of your future. I don't need anyone to tell me I'm full of purpose and I have an assignment. I've known that for years. But when I see like older people, I'm just like, what have y'all been living for? What are you doing? Your purpose in marriage is to be the best version of yourself. That's why you have to journal. That's why you have to read. That's why you have to meditate. That's why you have to pray. That's why you have to seek God and seek resources. So, with that said, your hobbies are important. Y'all know I have a whole list. Write out your hobbies. Mine is Chicago stepping and Pilates and cycle and painting and all my skincare and my hair and all kind of things. Self-care is important. It feeds your emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual side. Self-maintenance is important because we're women. You really do need to look and feel your best. Like we don't talk enough about that. And other women, well, he needs to just love you for who you are. That's just not how men operate. That's not how they're wired. I love you for who you are. I'm going to notice your new hair and your new way your clothes fit and stuff. He may not, but he knows what he likes because he chose you. You need your sister circle for your unicorns and rainbows. Put on your whole armor. We have to put on this armor every day because we are dealing with things. So put it on. Ephesians 6:11. It says, no weapon formed against you shall prosper because the joy of the Lord has to be your strength. But when they say, oh my God, marriage is work, it is. But it's the best work you'll do. It's your communication, it's your fitness, it's your femininity, it's your nurturing, it's your sexual, sensual side, being interesting and energetic and reading and paying attention to him. Don't let another woman pay more attention to your husband and notice more about him than you. That's not what we do. And what you believe in the future does change the way that you live in the present. If you want to live a prosperous life and have things, you don't have to keep waiting for and get out of the state of hoping for it to happen. Things are going to be different, sis. So let me check out the comments. Your papa hanging out here with me. I appreciate you, sis. Hey, Cena, good morning. Yes, menopause. Yes, 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 yes. Whew, yeah, Akash, you said it right. Husband and wife are best ego cutters in life. Whew, whew, I like that. Put that pride to the side, y'all. It is something special. So I appreciate y'all. I have a busy, busy, busy week, busy day. Some great announcements for September. I'll be in India in September, so I have to figure out how we're going to do these calls. Or we might have to take a pause. I'll see what I can do. But as for now, you all have an amazing, amazing rest of the day. The joy of the Lord is your strength. Thanks, y'all, for joining me this morning. And if you're watching the replay, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, y'all.